Lobsters in the spot, red dot. Somebody call Batman, I'm Robin.
I got him, smoke, I pop him.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to episode 52 of the Disruption Podcast. That's the 1 year episode.
Yup.
Yeah,
Basically,
boy.
isn't it?
Hey, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
It
man.
is.
1 year. Ooh.
Very quick year.
It has been, man. But now,
That song makes me want to crip walk, low key. Just get up and down.
Do you know how to crip walk?
It's called West
I
Coast.
do.
do
makes
you
me
know how
wanna-
to grip walk like that?
I do. I got the juice, guys.
Do it right now.
She's
You
dressed
do
in
it.
all-
No.
She's dressed in all blue.
Yeah.
Do the crip walk right now.
Don't tempt me, don't tempt me.
No problem.
Who we got?
Yo, what's up, Snore?
It's Chief Hall Sergeant building, baby.
It's my easy.
And you got the prince.
Bro, thank God she did not interrupt again.
I was about to, but
Oh
I thought
my
I'd let it be.
gosh.
I just let you have this one.
Oh, man. What's up, yo? How you doing? man?
Sunday. How y'all feeling?
Yeah, very, very
A little
good,
tired.
man.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, very successful afternoon.
So, why are you tired?
I don't know.
No, tell him.
I don't know.
What do you want me to tell him?
What'd y'all do?
Intern, you want to talk to us?
Oh, shoot. I forgot she's connected.
She's mic'd up.
Hey guys.
How you doing, mate? Well, anyways, me and Noah, we just...
Okay, can we just say no?
Okay, I was literally about to say that myself anyway. Really, only Noor is the one that I went hard out today. But we went out to a little soccer game, little soccer match, 6-7 aside, essentially, I think it was, man. Sunday, 3 p.m. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to the guys organizing.
Shout out to the guys that organized, man. It was fun, good time. And basically, everyone was stunned at Noor's performance, man.
Don't make it like that. Otherwise,
play soccer?
it's going to look like we're just
Nah,
hyping
guys.
ourselves.
No.
For real, I was shook.
So no,
I can play, guys.
so no is a soccer player, huh?
Bro, this is all I'm hearing. No way, he's not just a podcast host.
Damn, no.
You guys thought I was joking this whole
Right.
time.
Hey, he did a left foot cross, yeah? Beautiful. Mwah. Went straight to the person, essentially, hey.
Maybe.
And then they ask him, what foot are you? No, goes, I'm right footed. They're like, wait, that was his left.
Maybe. Bro, I actually wasn't joking. Like, that's my coaches used to tell me, you can make it, just you're too fat right now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then I never pursued.
Oh,
So this guy wasn't lying when he could play soccer like at the edge of
scored a
8.
goal too. Scored a goal as well,
scored a
man.
goal?
Wow, proved everyone
But
wrong,
then
eh?
apparently they restarted the game.
They just didn't like it. It's all right. It is what it is.
Wait, what happened?
Like, I don't know why they restarted the game, but he scored a goal and then
Uneven
something happened.
players.
Uneven players, was it?
How many players on his team?
Yeah.
I'm so
But,
sorry.
Wait, you only scored because you had 5 extra players on the team?
See, this is what we do to each other all the time.
Let him have the win,
Let
bro.
him have his glory. Let him have his moment.
Nah, hey, it was
Congrats.
good, man. Bro, they chucked me in keeper, man. I said, what? I conceded.
No, you know what's crazy? Like, so this whole time, Daniel goes, I can actually do defender. I can do defender. Like, like the last period, whenever we talk about, like, we should play some football,
Yeah.
indoor or whatever. We park the car, we start walking down, and he realizes, like, these guys are actually enjoying their football quite well. And he goes, I actually don't know what I'm doing. No, and you know, this is how you know, like, you don't know what you're doing is when you're in that situation, you're like, you know what? I'll just be the funny guy now.
Oh my days.
Stress.
We're walking there, he starts making jokes.
Stress, bro.
Wait, so did they ask what positions you want to be in, or did you just offer?
No one wanted to play keeper. And obviously, if I'm really trying to get any game time, I just have to be on the pitch somehow.
Like, to be fair,
Yeah.
he's pretty tall. So you're like, you know what? You feel the goal.
So how well did you do though?
Not good.
I conceded 2 goals straight away. That's all right. But
That game finished in like 3 minutes.
yeah.
But then literally missed every single
But then
one.
I did all right. I actually did as we got a bit better. Like I actually did all right. But then there was a penalty.
Oh.
I started stressing, bro. Sweating.
Please
me and
tell me you
Victoria,
saved it.
intern V and I were watching you from the sides. Well, he's shaking.
He was in the tapping of the leg. Tap.
Please tell me you saved it.
Nah, I missed it, bro.
Wow.
Epically.
I mean,
Wow.
Damn.
but no one's judging you if you can't say
Bro,
a
come on,
penalty.
penalty.
It's
Come on,
penalty.
man. Yeah, man's never played keeper before, but it was fun, man. And then
That's
as soon
good.
as I got pitch time, actually playing, I did all right defender. Yeah. Slide tackles and that. Hey, no, don't do this to me.
No, he's great, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
You know what position you
Sarcasm,
should play?
sarcasm.
Freestyle swimming.
Freestyle swimming.
This guy, complete different
Now,
sport.
honest, let me catch y'all in the swimming pool. It's over for you, man. But,
I am not good in the swimming pool.
yeah, nah, that's my element. That's my
Bruh,
sport.
this is how you know you're terrible when you begin to talk about the sports.
The sports, yeah.
Bro, catch me at the pools, bro.
Not even. So I did really well at uni.
Did you say an 8, huh? boy.
But nah, it was good time though. It was good time, man. Nah, we had fun. So that was
good,
awesome,
that's
bro.
good.
Yeah. What about you guys, man?
That's the whole vibe, innit?
How's your day today?
Next Sunday, hey, nah,
I think
next Sunday,
yeah,
bro.
we'll properly shout them out. Nah, definitely, yeah. Straight shout out to Sunday 3 p.m. YouTube videos and that they got as well. There's IG, so check it out, man. Yeah.
I bet next Sunday,
awesome.
catch me there. You know what I'm saying? I'll help you all out, innit?
Yeah, nah, I might need it. I don't think I can show my face again, but it's all right.
Nah, though, you just sit in the car.
It's alright. Isn't it all for fun anyways at the end of the day?
Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah.
there's a bit of pride, I guess.
Yeah, there is. Nah,
No one goes,
definitely.
but at least we all had fun. That's not what we came here for,
participation
participation.
awards.
Nah.
Now you get roasted for like, bruv, don't ever come back.
But I don't know. I think the people love me, so I didn't get roasted fully, you know.
Fair enough.
It's all for fun.
What do you guys get up to today?
Yeah.
Just working that, bro. By next week, I'm coming.
Okay.
This guy's serious, man. By yourself.
Just went to cousin's house and that's it. Came here. Yeah, pretty quiet one.
Quiet one, man.
That's very
I
nice.
love Sundays. I ain't gonna lie though.
When you're not working.
It doesn't matter. It's weird when you wake up. You like it just feels like today feels like Sunday.
I thought today was Monday, and I meant to have a 4 a.m. shift on Monday.
And you
There's a
were
heart attack,
or
yeah.
something?
I woke up it was like around 9:30 or something. Stressed. Bro, it took me like ages. Like, but you know,
They fired me. They fired me.
and because the shift would be finishing 11. I'm like,
man.
what have I done? But it's one of them ones where I was so stressed that I just didn't move. And in that time, my mind was
You know,
processing, and I
sometimes-
realized, yeah.
Sometimes you're so stressed, you're like, there's like literally nothing I can do.
Yeah, no, I wasn't moving.
Yeah.
I didn't get up. I didn't go, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late. I just,
It's okay. So what am I gonna tell them?
yeah, I was like, bro,
What's the
You skip
excuse?
that whole panic stage.
Bro.
You're like,
it was damage
Then
control.
how do we deal with it?
I do it. Yeah, no, like
What are we going to do? Bro, damage control, man. But nah, it was good. It was just Sunday, man. So
That's
it's living.
good.
Hey, man.
you kill me, bro.
Bro, imagine a year ago when we were starting this podcast, someone had told us in a year's time.
Noah's going to be scoring goals.
Oh, what?
Okay.
We forgot about that whole thing. Nah, in a year's time, you're gonna have been through a global lockdown,
Yeah,
a
man.
pandemic.
You never, bro. Yeah.
One of sports' biggest stars is gonna die in a helicopter crash.
Yeah,
Like, you
bro.
literally just wouldn't believe any of this stuff. But we are very, very, very interesting times with this coronavirus.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
Wait, were we planning on talking about that now?
Might have to, eh?
Yeah, we're at it now. You know what I mean? It's weird, yeah, because it's like you got no clue what's happening. It's like it goes down. You're like, hey guys, I think we're finally excited.
And I was
Yeah.
gonna say, it's that weird thing where we thought we're getting past it in our vicinity, at least
Yeah.
in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Yeah,
All right, when did this switch happen?
bro, overnight,
The second
bro.
wave?
Okay, so
The
we're in the
second
second wave,
wave, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
we are.
Well, at the start, we were like, look at us, Victoria, very good, very good.
Bro, we were so tasty.
Nearly 6 million people, not really many cases, nothing. And now everyone's looking at us like,
Bro, they're
What are you
looking at
guys
us like
doing here?
totally
Yeah,
like cousin,
literally.
bro.
bro, they're looking at us like Tasmania.
Bro, honestly, how are we Tasmania?
bro.
We are Tasmania.
Okay, bro. I feel like the way it happened is like there's people behind the scenes.
Bro,
There's
like,
controlling
Controlling it.
things.
I have
And
a
then-
theory.
and
Right, before your theory. Yeah, you go.
And then I was just saying, like, the virus is going down, and like, you know what? We need to extend this a little bit more.
Nah, bro, because bro,
It just came
in
out of
my
nowhere.
mind, I was just thinking, how could we be doing so bad? Because population in terms of the what the communities consist of,
Yeah.
with Sydney, we're quite similar. With Adelaide, essentially quite similar as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
How can we?
Sydney
and
was
Sydney was a
nonsense at the start.
madness.
Stupid.
Yep.
Stupid.
So I just don't know how we could be doing
Yeah.
so bad. I
No,
just don't know.
like what just happened? Like what happened?
Yeah.
It felt like no one was even going out. Like how?
Slow down, coach. Bro, when did it?
Because they came out of nowhere. They said, 64 new cases.
No, did you hear yesterday? 108.
Yeah, it went up. It went up.
you-
big.
That's 3
Cases?
figures.
Oh man, come on, bro, you're lying, bro.
I think it's because also like we're not in full, like some places aren't in full lockdown, but then the cases are still going up. So it's just a lot.
I saw
It's a
videos of my
lot.
friend in Sydney with his friends. They're out like, what's it called? Sand diving and like,
Sand diving.
what's it? You know, snowboard. Yeah. You see that meme?
You
that's
look so
like-
stressed right now, bro.
That meme that's like you ever stuttered so much you decided to shut up. What's it called? Like the snowboarding but on sand. Sandboarding.
Sandboarding?
Sandboarding.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Alright.
Yeah.
So like they're out
Sandboarding
there in
even.
groups,
Bro.
Wow.
go for it. And they're
Wow, they're
hugging
really
each other
loving
and
life.
everything, and I'm just like,
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Other states are actually coming out
They're
of
living.
restriction, and we're like going further into it again because of this second wave.
okay.
Which everyone was like, "Oh no, second wave! Like, how are we going to
Does
be
that
in
mean we
second
could
wave
have
again?"
a third wave?
I would hope not.
Man, I heard
I would
some-
really
There was
hope
meant to
not.
be you talk about like third wave.
Third.
Yeah, like imagine this
After
goes
this.
down again.
But to be honest, they still don't really consider this as a second wave yet. That's how they're looking at it. They say,
They call it
Yeah.
hotspot clusters, and so I was listening to the radio.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to the radio. It was just on. And the lady was just talking about like literally until all this vaccine talk or whatever. Until that comes around, it's just going to be constant hotspots or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
because it's gonna go down, and then next thing you know, one person just has to be reckless, and then we're back up again.
Be
and so
honest.
on.
Be honest. Do you guys care anymore?
I don't know, man.
It's that thing of like
Because
we
I'm-
got to the point of like, oh, we've overcome, and then we're getting back to normalizing
I'm dapping
things.
up
Yeah.
everyone.
Today was madness.
I don't even know if this is the worst of it yet. That's the scary part.
I think the thing is also a lot of people are being tested now. So we're obviously going to see more like positive tests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like more people each day are getting
Donald
tested.
Trump?
So Donald Trump said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He wasn't wrong, but
And
he was
I
dumb.
agree.
But he was
What
dumb.
did he
He
say?
said the more people you test, obviously you're gonna find more
Yeah,
cases.
exactly. That's true.
He's like, cases are only rising because we're testing more people.
I mean, that
And
might
that's
be the
true, yeah.
situation.
You can't deny that, right?
cases are. It's not cases are rising, but you're just obviously
You're now
becoming more
aware.
aware
More-
of
yeah,
more. Yeah. So
yeah.
it's
All right,
like
Kyle's had a great
Speaking of like testing and that, yes, I was reading.
segue.
Nice. So speaking of like,
What?
this got kind of excited, bro.
Yeah, I think after you scored that goal,
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
that was his left foot.
So if you're listening outside of Victoria, this was going on at the moment, yeah. So obviously there's been a lot of testing that's going on in different shopping centers, like a lot. You know, like within 10 kilometers, you can find a place where you can get tested, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the article came out said more than 10,000 people refuse to get tested. Yeah, like more than 10,000, like refuse.
Okay.
That's madness, yeah. So my question is, number one, what do y'all think of that? Is that like those people being selfish? Do you think we all have a role in society to
play.
to protect each other, kind of thing?
I have a theory, so I'll let you guys talk first. It's a dumb theory, so I'll just
Because
Let's some honest and educational opinions first.
real quick, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah, we live in a society where everyone's got such different beliefs, right? Some people believe that this virus is real. Some people's like, no, this
There's
is
actually no virus.
yeah, like legit, I actually spoke to people like, hey man, like don't be listening to the news and that, bro. Like I never really stressed like that. You get what I'm saying?
That's one thing. Sorry, the news keep like somebody on the news yesterday. I just saw that, and they were like, "It's disgusting." Some people think it's a conspiracy theory,
Yeah.
and I was like, I get that it might be a little bit silly, but
But it's not the
why
first
are
time
you
also.
so desperate to make people believe it's not a
It's not.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theory?
You see what it's tough, huh? And that's what I mean. If you have a group of people that don't believe this is real, but you have
You
one
can't
that
do anything to.
and then so now is if those people refuse, now what's up? Like what can you actually do? It's almost like in a classroom. I was thinking about this. It's like in a classroom where you know when you're about to have some fun, some activity, and then this one kid ruins it for everybody, and then the teacher says, "Okay, nope, everyone back to your desk."
yeah.
You know when you were gonna have the 5 minutes golden time in the
Yeah.
Bro, like, and then that one kid. So is this one kid? Is there representing the people who refuse to take the test?
I don't know, because it's like when you get tested. I mean, I'm trying to put myself in these people's shoes, like these 10,000 people that would refuse it. Yes, there are people who have religious beliefs attached to the reasons why they wouldn't. But then the ones that I've seen on the news, so there's people that, you know, are flying into Victoria. They have to be quarantined in hospitals, in hotels for like 2 weeks, right? And some of these people are actually refusing. They're coming out of Australia, coming here and, you know, back to their homes or whatever. And they're refusing to get tested. For me, I don't understand that because it's like you literally, they do the swab and then that's it. You don't have to do anything else.
Wait.
Like that doesn't require anything from you.
So if they're coming here, like let's say you're coming on a business trip, yeah. So you come in, do your work, and then you got to quarantine for 10 days. What's the point, bro? Just Zoom call it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Yeah,
What do you mean do your work?
Like, because that potentially what would have been a 3-day
Yeah,
business
exactly.
trip now is
Yeah,
like
it's
Exactly.
20 something
dragged.
days.
Exactly, yeah. So they're supposed to be quarantined and then they do their test and whatever. For me, it's like it doesn't require anything from you to get tested. It doesn't require anything from you. And even with this right now, if you refuse, they're saying if you refuse, you get it's either a fine or you spend an extra 10 days under your expense. So you
Which
have
I
to
don't-
pay.
which I'm-
You have
which
to
I'm
pay
not,
for the extra.
against.
But you know why that's stupid?
Which
It's because
part?
you're going, the fine is because you're going, you know what? If you have it, at least we made money off you.
I mean,
You might spread it again.
I think it's
Like that
it's
just
more.
shows you that the government cares more about money than about anything.
But
I
at
think
the
it's
same-
more
but
of a, like
hey,
to
but
deter
then it's
people
almost
from-
yeah,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
it's
not
a big
doing.
fine.
I
It's
think
a
it's-
big
Sometimes you
fine.
got to put a bit of the pressure to
Yeah.
get.
how,
You know
much,
what I
how
mean?
much is the fine? Like
1,600.
No, not that
Isn't it
one.
the same
It's-
one?
No, it's 4,000. That's what I heard on the news. Someone double checked,
So
but
I
I
heard
saw it
there's
was
something about
$4,000. It's a big hefty fine. That's why it's kind of like to deter people
But that's
from
big
doing
hefty
it.
to us.
What
It
about
These
is.
guys doing business trips during
Okay.
this time.
My guys,
I
should put it on the
guess.
account.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go
Put it
back
on
to
the
the
company.
to the
Put it
on the
average
company,
then.
right.
Not the people
average
who doing
person.
business. Yeah, the
Yeah.
people who are like, let's say me, I don't want to get tested. Walk
Yeah.
on there.
You're going to get the fine and you have to spend the extra 10 days under your own expense. So now you have to pay for these
But that's kind of
hotel
forceful.
days. It is, but it's because they're trying to protect.
Okay, so now there's a good time to talk about conspiracy theory.
I was also gonna say real quick. It also,
that's
but
tough.
then they're saying I'm trying to protect. Some people are like from what?
Yeah, that's
From the
that's what I'm
virus
saying.
itself.
Have you seen
But-
anyone near you with anything
Have you
like
seen
that?
the
Anyone
virus
pass
with your 2 eyes?
Anyone around you? Nothing. You know what I mean? Not saying it doesn't exist, but it's like I don't.
That's
I
how
can,
people
I can,
look at it. That's
I can
how people
see
look at it,
People
yeah.
are like, bro, my life has not stopped. No
Okay,
one around me
okay.
has died. I'm hearing all of this, all of that. You told me about this situation with like a client who apparently had
Corona.
tested positive for corona,
Yep, tested
and then they
positive.
shut down a whole like
Coronavirus.
childcare. But no one,
Childcare?
or wherever it was, or a center,
Aged
yeah,
care.
Yeah, center.
But no one that looks after this person, the family, or anyone else in the center tested positive at all. It was
Yeah.
like, where'd this guy get it from?
Yep.
And then they refused to allow him to get retested.
Yeah.
Things like that, I can see how in people's minds are like, okay,
Okay.
what's going on,
Yeah,
bruv?
but-
It's not around me. Who are these numbers? 108 where?
Yeah,
nah,
but it's not.
wagwan.
It's not around you. But why refuse it though? Why not
Apparently-
just
Because you
take
don't
the
want to put
measures?
yourself
Why not
in
just
the-
take the
okay,
measures?
have you gotten
to do
tested?
It? No, but I would.
Then
No,
there's dead.
because the numbers are too high.
No,
So
okay, this one
I'm,
is.
like,
I think
First
way
of all,
for
I would
someone.
like to blame the whole South Sudanese community for this.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Watch yourself,
we saw
man.
madness
Watch
back
yourself.
then.
You know what's so crazy is
Bro.
they had that whole segment went viral, whatever, and then when they chose which areas to close down, nothing.
Nothing was from the
Yeah,
south.
literally.
Bro, like actually, who? Oh,
It's so silly. It's actually so
Their
silly.
primary language is Dinkin.
where?
Oh man.
I was gonna say yeah.
But even real quick,
Yeah.
with that, what was the agenda for then? The agenda was that they need to learn English when they come in, bro.
Literally, it was
We're talking
just
about
stupid.
Corona, bro.
It was
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah, I
You know
didn't
why
get
that's
that.
so stupid? Somebody was like putting something out there as well on Instagram. It was like I think they saying my dad's Indian. He speaks 5 different Indian languages, but he struggles with English. And you think he's uneducated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
bro, you
it's
can barely
crazy.
speak your English, right?
Legit.
It's
What
like
were
what
you
it's like what Trevor Noah said. Is like just because you can't speak English, it's not a measure
Doesn't
of your
equal to-
intelligence.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm like,
Yeah.
good stuff. What'd
Yeah.
you say? But now I was saying, yeah, in order for you to
That was a mad
for you to get tested, you have to believe that this exists. You get what I'm
I
saying?
don't think so.
No,
do,
you do.
yeah.
Because think about it. Let's say me right now, if I don't believe this whole thing is real, why would I bother and trying to get this thing up my nose and get tested? It doesn't make sense. I feel like you have to believe like, oh snap, this is actually serious. I believe that this thing exists. I believe that this thing is harming people, so on, so on. Let me be, you know.
And so you're telling me with all that we're seeing, yeah, media sometimes they twist things and they actually show us the bad side of things rather than like the actual truth.
Yeah.
But are you gonna tell me that, you know, you're just gonna ignore everything that's been put out?
There
to
is
us,
people
though?
that
The thing is,
definitely
people
ignore
can
this.
ignore and they'll
You
literally
know what
have
I
been
would like
fine.
to see? I would like to see the statistics of how many deaths overall have happened during this period. Because if it's not higher than what would have happened without COVID, it means that all these COVID deaths might not be COVID,
COVID
deaths.
deaths, yeah.
And that's the thing, some of them aren't. I feel like some of them actually aren't. Some people are going to hospital for other illnesses, diseases, whatever, and they're dying, and then they're like, yep, let's just label the COVID, you know, on
Less
it, and let's
paperwork,
just
bro.
add the numbers, and, you know, it's send it out to people and let them know.
Still hasn't done his
Can I
theory.
chuck my, is the camera on me? Wait, hold on. Intern V's been on her phone a long time. Were you switching this?
You know what? Oh no, I gotta move back for this guy,
Bro, yeah, give him
Go, go.
space.
Okay. So,
Are we gonna get cancelled for this?
no, I hope so. I don't know. Can't cancel when you're not
Wait,
subscribed.
I
you know
hope
what I'm saying?
so.
Damn.
Subscribe, by the way. Have I shared my theory about AIDS in Africa and how it was transmitted?
I don't think so. Not
Might
here.
have told me, yeah.
Okay.
Not on here.
Maybe I'll share it another time. I don't know. But my idea with coronavirus, this testing stuff, right? It's not, I don't know if I believe this.
It's an interesting angle.
I don't think it's not true. All right. So, because the whole test right now is up the nose, touch your brain or something. I don't know. And then,
They're also trying to change it to just inside the mouth,
okay. See, either way,
the cheek.
they're trying to touch you up. Okay.
Yep.
Now, let's say, because the cases have increased the more they've pushed testing. Okay, which I get.
Oh, I know where you're going with this, huh?
What
Because
if on the tip,
real quick, this has happened in the past. What you're about to talk about right
on
now.
the tip of every swab,
There's a little runner.
you go, this batch, lucky dip, yeah, this one will have it, and I'll only do it to young people that I know won't die, or it depends how savage
What the angle is in
the
that.
government or whoever's distributing
Cancelled?
it might be, might go, you know what, enough with the old taxpayers. Let's just drain their money, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Let's just give it to them. Who cares what happens, right?
Yeah.
That way, you can bump up the cases, right? Because you're like, okay, you have an accurate count now. Because you're like, well, we did 108 swabs that had corona on them, and so we know there's 108 people that have it now, right?
Increasing cases.
Like, I personally think it's not impossible for something like that to
them
happen
to do
because
that.
somebody might have. I think that's the other thing we got to remember. Somebody in these situations
He's gonna profit.
is getting rich,
Yeah.
mad rich,
Yeah, bro.
right? So somebody would want this to stay happening, and I think the longer we, honestly, you're seeing less and less billionaires. Okay, you're seeing a lot more billionaires, but you're seeing some that are shooting like crazy, right? So the longer this situation stays, the richer Jeff Bezos is gonna get, right? I'm not saying he's doing it or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like my theory, like again, conspiracy. I don't know if I believe it. I think it's cool. Is that potentially they are giving people the virus, and it's like, I don't know. I genuinely feel like that could be a thing.
You might.
Yeah, that could.
Yeah, go.
Nah, I was just gonna say,
And that's
there's people that think like that as well, like
Yes.
legit.
There are.
sorry, and that is why if somebody like has that thinking, I don't think it's selfish if you don't want to get tested.
And this is what's weird about it, yeah. The people that believe in what's going on, they say you guys are being selfish for not trying to protect society. And those people that don't believe it are saying you guys are stupid to believe it.
Yeah.
So that's the way there's a clash in society. Now it's like, you know, what is the truth?
Yeah.
This is something we were studying like in my this semester that just passed. It's like everyone, no matter what message you want to pump
I
out.
told you he's gonna hit you with that. I'm good at uni.
No matter what message you want to pump out, Vic, you even know about this. Yeah, it's about it's called heuristic. Yeah, everyone has a different lens with which you're gonna look through
Yeah.
anything.
Anything, yeah.
anything. So no matter how you want to frame your message, no matter how you want to, deliver your truth or what you believe is true, whatever. No matter what, the same group of people, everyone's got that different angle that they're gonna look through, man. And the angle is layered. The angle can be male, female. Religion. It can be socioeconomic status, ethnicity. It goes back, man. It's like, like literally, the response now from the government of force becomes the only option at some point.
And I think that's where it gets dangerous, though. Now
it teeters on dangerous, man. at this
now
point.
it's
Yeah.
like, yo, cannot do what I want to do. I'll follow your rules.
At the expense of other people's lives.
No,
though.
but that's the thing.
That's how
Okay,
they
no, no,
see
that's-
it.
let's
what I'm
segue
saying,
into
like-
this other whole situation that's happening now. So at the start of the week or something like that, they had shut down or cut off 10 areas in northwest Melbourne.
Yep.
Right, which from what I know is mostly like Middle Eastern Arabic kind of areas. And then as of today,
Saturday.
Or Saturday,
Yesterday, yep. As of yesterday.
they've shut off 2 areas
So
that are
North Melbourne and Flemington.
right, which are mostly government housing.
Yep.
Right. Now, I mean, I guess you know a bit more. So it's like, what's the situation there from what we're seeing?
So as of yesterday, I've just been seeing like little stuff here, listening to lives and stuff. But so there's 2 areas, which is Flemington and North Melbourne, which have been put in like complete shutdown, like 0 contact, no one's allowed to leave. And it was literally, what's his name, Daniel Andrews. So he had a press conference and he made, a speech and everything. And as soon as the speech was over, like it was effective immediately. So no one was allowed to leave. No one was allowed to come down. They sent squads and cars of cops to these 2 areas. So they've got like flats, like many, many flats in these areas. Like these are how people, that the main houses and stuff there, right? So they've sent like cops, they've sent everyone there to try and like just basically govern and stop people from entering, stop people from coming down and stuff. And a lot of these people, their families living in these like small homes and stuff, they weren't able to go and get food. They weren't able to get medication. They weren't able to do anything.
You're literally not allowed to leave or enter.
You're not
for
allowed
anything.
to leave. Not even for the, 4 essential reasons that everyone else was able to leave for. So they weren't allowed to do any of that at all.
So what's the point of that? Like, how are people meant to have dinner and
That's the thing. So I think the reason for it was because apparently 23 people from different families were tested positive for coronavirus within those areas. So then they're like, you know what? Okay, 23 out of the 108, we're going to shut it all down. None of you guys are allowed to leave. No one's allowed to move around because it could spread,
That's
whatever.
scary stuff, man.
Who puts the least money into the economy? Or people. My
is
theory
true.
kind of works.
This guy.
I mean, but yeah, we've got someone who we are going to give a call to kind of just like
Bit of
shed
preface,
some
bit of
more,
background, what are you saying?
shed some more light on what's going on.
As in,
I
like,
do
background
feel
on the
like,
person.
sorry, before we do that.
Yeah.
It's like, so the photos, it's like the cops is everywhere,
Everywhere.
around there,
Yeah.
right?
in front of people's cars,
It's-
in the car
It's
parks,
terrifying.
blocking them off. Yeah, it's
like
scary
honestly,
stuff, bro.
yeah. And I think it's so from what I've seen as well or read is that those are areas that have over the past however many years been somewhat profiled in their policing. So
Yeah.
people are treated quite unfairly,
Yeah.
right? And it's a lot of refugees, a lot of mixed ethnicities and stuff like that. And I'm just gonna say, it's like if it's a government housing, chances are the education level for like across the board is a bit lower, right?
Yeah.
This is what.
And there's probably more addictions or more
Yeah.
things like that, right? And so I think it's problematic when you do things in this way because you're gonna aggravate people and they're gonna do something.
If you're saying the issues
and
that
then
they
you're
don't
gonna-
understand,
and then now you have a reason to
Yeah.
arrest them, or now you have a reason to mistreat them, or not mistreat, but now you will mistreat them or
the
something
thing.
like that. It's
because
a
they're
problem.
gonna retaliate.
It's
and-
waiting
yeah.
to happen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you've got a good excuse in COVID.
Yeah.
what
Exactly.
like what you're saying. If the issue is people aren't understanding what's going on,
It's not that hard to make
responding with that doesn't tackle the lack
That's
of understanding at that instance.
Plus, you gotta think like, okay, let's say you're a heroin addict, right? And you would have never been found out before this, and now somehow they have a
there's hella
dog
people.
coming on the level and it sniffs into your apartment,
a little bit
Yeah.
of that.
right? And now you're in trouble for this when it's like you were really just trying to quarantine and you need help more
Yeah.
than you need to be arrested.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you want to have like total lockdown, okay, go for it. Yeah. Obviously, I don't know Danny Andrews. I don't know what he said, and so on. But if you're gonna do that, you have to find a way to also continue to provide for that
Yeah.
family,
Absolutely.
right? It's okay to say, okay, we're gonna put lockdown in this suburb, right? No one's allowed out, but this is what we're gonna do for you guys. Yeah.
But yeah,
At this time, we are gonna drop.
He's calling us, so we'll just pick up his
pick up,
call.
yeah,
go for it.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Maro, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Awesome. You're just on the call now with my co-host. We're all here. I'm just recording the episode. Do you guys want to say hi?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
It's
brother,
Daniel
nice
here.
to meet you.
How you doing, brother? Hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm well, thank you, boys.
Is this a good time?
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it. Yeah, I'm about to go to sleep soon, so.
Sorry. All right. Perfect. So yeah, we just kind of started talking briefly about what was going on, but do you want to just let us know who you are, what do you do, and kind of shed light on what has been happening in your area?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. My name's McGee. So I do a lot of work in community space. So I do a lot of community engagement projects with young people, families, young people through the criminal justice system. So youth justice. I'm part of a group of young people. Well, not young anymore. I'm in my 30s now, but started the Australian Somali Football Association, which runs the Ask for Football event at the end of the year. So I'm pretty much in the community ground. So I do a lot of work with community. So I happen to live in one of the lockdown towers.
Yep.
So I am locked away, packed away for the next 5 days. I know it won't be 5 days. It'll be definitely more than 5 days. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah.
But in community land, and obviously frustrated what happened, and yeah, it's been shocking to members of the community. We found out yesterday around 4 o'clock, around 4:30, I believe that's when we found out that we were being effectively immediately locked away
Yep.
for 5 days. And you can just imagine, the disarray, the shock from community, and within I think 20 minutes of that announcement, or 10 or 15 minutes of that announcement, we had police buses, police
Wow.
trucks, police cars,
Whoa.
moving into our buildings. And yeah, it was shocking.
That's crazy. So you guys literally had no time to prepare or go buy any food or medication or anything like that?
No, not at all. And well, the government, well, the premier said today, they actually made that they deliberately made sure that they didn't give the community the notice because they were scared that members of the community will actually start leaving the buildings and start going to that. But that's again, that's a disrespectful way to think about what kind of people we are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like we can't behave in accordance to the law. Like, you know, we were on lockdown like with the rest of Australia in March and you know and in April, and we never had any of these issues. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, when the restrictions were eased, and let's be honest, you know, we all know where this wave came from. It came from security contractors not doing their job. So now, for members of the community, the vulnerable members of our society, to be made into scapegoats, it's not worth.
Wow, man.
Wow. So how much information have they passed on to you guys now that you're in the building? Like, have they told you much more to what's going on, or is it kind of sit in your apartments and don't leave your doors?
Well, what happened, for me is I have a lot of information because I'm liaising with government, I'm liaising with departments. So I went out of my way, put my hand up, and I'm actually being a conduit between community and government and the services in place, and also making sure that we keep authorities like the Victoria Police accountable for anything that happens in the community. But I know, for instance, you know, that I've been in my own building. I have not had any single person come to me. I have not had anyone knock on my door. I have not had food delivered, anything like that. Well, you know, at all. And we were told that we'll have dinner last night, but it looks like, you know, we might not even have dinner tonight. They're 24 hours plus behind what we were told. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the people who were locked away on 5 p.m. yesterday, who believed in what their premier said, who believed in the system, stayed at home, didn't go out, didn't do any shopping. Basically had to wait 24 hours plus to actually get supplies coming to their house.
Wow.
So, I mean, because like in these buildings, right, there are a lot of people who might not completely understand the information that is being put in social media or, you know, what Daniel Andrews is saying. Have they provided any kind of, you know, interpreters or people who actually work within those communities?
Well, my understanding is they have provided some sort of interpreters, but then at the same time, you know, interpreters are not knocking every single door and asking people, what can we help you with? You know what I'm saying? That's not happening. I know that they've started talking to some people because of the buildings have some sort of a intercom system where you can make an loud announcement, and that just happened just before you called me for the first time in my building. I know it might have happened in other buildings, but then obviously it's in Somali, it's in Arabic, it's in English and stuff like that. But also what we don't understand is, you know, as you said, you're right, a lot of young people might be on social media and stuff like that, but a lot of the overwhelming majority of members in our community over the age of 40 and above are not present in social media. They're not watching the news, and even if you were able to do brochures, which they haven't, you know, people, you know, in their ethnic tongues or ethnic languages, a lot of people will not actually bother picking down the brochure up and reading it because of they're used to communication communities. But the thing is, I think the cracks of the mismanagement of housing generally across Melbourne in the last 20, 30 years is just showing. And I've said so many times, we will overcome and we will do the best of our ability to ensure that we stay indoors and that we beat the coronavirus. But at the same time, you know, this will not happen to any other members of society. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I had a question. If, like, since it is so heavily policed at the moment, we saw some photos. It's like, honestly, looking at it, it's kind of aggravating almost. And have you seen any sort of clashes between police, or any mistreatment towards people yet, or nothing at all?
Well, I think initially yesterday, when they initially first came, there was a couple of, there's few misunderstandings. I think there might have been a couple of scuffles between some young boys in the community and a couple of the girls, you know, who wanted to go out and grab some milk. And the police, but I think, you know, overall the community understands this. You know, at the end of the day, we know we're the center of basically Australia right now. Everyone's looking down at us, and I think, and to the community's credit, you know, the community has been wonderful in terms of adhering to the restrictions and staying indoors, and then and just waiting, and we're patient. We survived refugee camps as a community. It's nothing for us.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, just within the levels of the housing, of the flat housing. Do you know what the tensions and the emotions are currently in families? Is it just a lot of confusion currently and just waiting it out?
Very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting it out. Very confusing. See what happens. I'm sure there's a lot of mental health issues in this flat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of challenges. And I'm sure there's discussions with parents and family members right now. I know the situation in a lot of the households would definitely be parents, scratching their head saying, "What have we done?" People even ask themselves questions like, "Are we criminals? Do we deserve this?" So yeah, there's a lot of that happening in households. But yeah, it really it gets you very emotional.
Yeah.
That's crazy. In terms of like supplies or medicine and so on, and let's say someone needs that right now, how do they go about communicating that?
Well, I provided some sort of online, telephone number that you can call. Obviously, I don't think everybody in the community knows that number. I found that number 10 in the morning, and I've shared it to all my socials. But just right now, they started saying it over the speaker for the first time. So basically, so people are catching up. People are just sitting, they're waiting at home, saying, and a lot of these community members, even although you make an announcement, doesn't mean the person, you have elders in this community who don't read, who don't write. So, how do you even communicate with these kind of people, and how they're going to listen to a loudspeaker outside of their house and get a pen and start writing them. But, the way the whole thing has been approached has been just, it's targeting Anglo people, and basically the whole thing was just targeted to mainstream Anglo people in terms of the way they're delivering the project, but it targeted people of ethnic and African community, kind of backgrounds who are poor and facing a lot of have a lot of vulnerabilities and are facing a lot of issues.
Wow. Well, what was your Instagram, by the way, just so that we can share any information that you've put out there as well?
So my Instagram is obviously at Max MAX .C
Yep.
.FLO
Yep.
the flow .1.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just before we carry on, so I mean, I've been down to these flats, in Flemington and stuff, and I've seen that they literally only have one lift that goes up and down throughout the whole building, right? And during this time in COVID, you would assume that the entire flat, you'd have people come out, people clean it, constantly throughout the day. Has that been happening at all to prevent something like this from happening?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I can only speak for the flat that I live in.
Yeah.
I know some stories about the flats. The flat that I live in, obviously, it's got two flats. I mean, it's got two lifts. Very tiny. I think it can only probably, in terms of you want to social distance, it can only take two people.
Yeah.
That's how small it is. But at the same time, they're not cleaned. They're not sanitized. It's really, you can imagine if there was an outbreak in one of these buildings, or especially if someone who had COVID was to either sneeze or, to do whatever in a lift, then anyone who comes to that lift will definitely catch it. We know that, conversations we've had with people that we're working closely with, that in one of the buildings in Flemington, they basically, they only had one lift working, and the other lift, basically, this is bunch of the height of COVID. This is I'm talking about March and April. They basically, so they stopped working on, they were working on one, so they stopped working on it. And everybody in that building was basically sharing one lift.
Yeah.
And you can imagine, there's close to 500 people in some of these lifts. I mean, in some of these buildings, Mind you, they're saying 3,000. I don't think even the numbers are 3,000. The numbers are way higher than 3,000.
Wow, that's just like my mind was just blown when I saw all of this. And like, I mean, the first thing that I literally saw was, the headline of North Melbourne, Flemington, 23 or so cases, and then just crazy amount of police officers just downstairs. And to me, I was like, if I were to live there, and I mean, you said that a lot of people were really blindsided with all of this. It was just kind of something that they saw on the news with, limited amount of information and stuff. And your first thought would be like, what did we do wrong? Like, what's going on? Are we under investigation? Like, what's happening, you know? And then you also have officers on every floor, from what I've heard as well, you know, officers just patrolling.
Well, the thing is, if I step in, I think, you know, we're in a community that's basically a shaming community, so even if someone was to get COVID, and become COVID positive, most of the time, they hide that, so they don't want to tell other members of the community. But obviously, after yesterday's reaction from government, I don't think anyone from this community will ever tell anyone if they actually become positive. Wow. Because right now, a lot of them thought, you know, before that, a lot of them were always become from a concept where, you know, I don't want to shame myself, I don't want to shame my family, I'd rather keep it to myself. To the point where people right now think being COVID positive, you're basically a criminal, you know?
Wow.
So they've criminalized the whole coronavirus right now.
Yeah, literally. And it's like you know, open your door and you see a police officer, and it's kind of, it makes you feel like you're in prison, like you're trapped in your own home. You know, you can't get food, you can't get anything. Yep.
Well, it's Manus. Some young people are calling it Manus Island in North Melbourne, in Brenton.
Yep.
So that's basically what it is. It's a detention centers right now.
That's crazy. Because couple of weeks ago, they were saying Hallam and Pakenham like had the most cases. So where was the immediate lockdown for those places? You know what I'm saying? And then now, you know, Flem and North Melbourne, 23 cases, and then this immediate lockdown. I don't get that.
Yeah, I think most of us honestly still don't get it. And I think the government, obviously, the logic government using is the fact that, you know, there are blocks, there are towers, people are using certain exits. People are sharing, you know, they're not like houses and stuff like that. And I can understand that. But I think ultimately, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, you know, I'm personally, I'm past the blame game, to be honest with you right now. For me, it's about the health of my community. That's the most paramount for me right now. But at the end of the day, government could have done this better. They could have contacted community members. They could have contacted community leaders. They could have done it in a more dignified, respectful manner, because these people face so much issues daily.
Wow.
And they didn't need that.
100%, bro. Nah, I'm with you on that. There's definitely different ways they could have gone about this, because language is such a big barrier, man, especially in those kind of areas. And I actually believe that right now there's people in those buildings that still don't know what's going on. You know, that's mad.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, the overwhelming majority of people in this community still don't know they have no clue what's going on. You know, I'm calling young people and they're still asking questions. You know, and these are the young people you expect to be, you know, they're online savvy, you know, they got all their gadgets ready, they're checking the news, they're reading everything. But even them, they're telling me, you know, they're calling me saying, Ahmed, what's going on? You know, have you heard anything new? Can I go downstairs? I've got Uber Eats coming my way. Can I pick up my Uber Eats? There's a lot of these questions being asked, and there's no answer for it.
That's just, that's insane. I mean, for us, you know, people who are following this on the news or social media, what can we do to try and, you know, help?
Well, just having this conversation, I think this is amazing itself. But I think, the more people from the flats you can call, the more people you can have discussions with, I think that's amazing. You know, that alone is what people need. I think a lot of people in the community, just having that conversation for them right now is probably the most important thing. So they can get a lot of things out of their chest. So I obviously commend you for the great work you guys are doing. And just continue that. And obviously, stay connected to some of the things that we're doing on online and stuff like that. The idea is to obviously galvanize the community and to ensure, and I'm sure some great things will come out of it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us with such short notice. I know you've got tons of calls and stuff coming in, so thank you once again. And we'll
thank you for having me.
Thank you. We'll definitely keep up with you and everyone who's doing amazing work on social media as well.
All right.
So look after yourself, man. Look after your family.
Take care, boys. No worries, man.
Take
care. Bye.
That's wild.
Yeah. I think the crazy thing that he mentioned, like right at the end, was how it's like there's young people that are tech savvy, online savvy, seeing what's going on, understand corona, understand hygiene issues, all that kind of stuff, but still at this moment, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it kind of proves this thing of like, you can't keep doing this thing of language this, language that as well. It's not only about, they don't speak English. It's like, where's your communication of what is actually happening? What are the measures that need to be put in place? Like all that kind of stuff, man. It's crazy, man. So.
There's different ways to go on about it, better ways to go on about it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's almost bullying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just going.
Feels like
it's almost like
you guys.
I know you're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Not going. You
try something.
You try something at that point. Yeah.
And I mean, for Ahmed, like he's literally within one of those buildings, and himself, you know, he was saying that he was blindsided. So now he's taken it upon himself to actually get information so he can share that with other people. But we can't forget that he's in it as well. You know, he's going through it. He's not allowed to go down to get food. He's not allowed to go down to do anything.
That's wild.
Which is
like,
just crazy.
They haven't had dinner in possibly 2 days.
And it's uncertain.
Daniel Andrews, look at me. Fix it.
Camera on me, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And
That's messed up. That's actually messed up.
I mean, so now back to our question of
Is my conspiracy real?
But does it change the light of you know, if it's not around you, don't care?
No, like as in, what do you mean?
Because like we can see how some people have been. Because let's say everyone took it upon themselves to take this so serious or whatever.
Yeah.
If everyone's fully doing this testing, right, and staying at home, whatever, and things are still going up at that point, what are they going to be able
Shouldn't they
to
be
say?
testing everyone in the building right now?
I think that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're going to do. So they're saying that they're going to be in lockdown for 5 days. But I mean, by the time they test every single person and the test results come back, like he was even saying before, like I doubt it will be 5 days.
You know what 5 days is? 5 days is how long you could probably go without food.
What the heck does that
I
mean?
hope that
As
that's
in
not the
before
case.
what? Like
I hope that's
it's
not the
weird, bro.
case.
But at least take. But I don't even know if like the police officers are willing to, you know, go up the elevator and.
I was actually meant asking me, police officers wearing like
Yeah.
protective gear.
Yeah,
and
the
that kind of
photos,
stuff
they're
as
not.
well.
Yeah,
Wait,
from the photos, they're
like from
just-
outside. What about like when they go in the building?
I haven't seen any photos of them
Okay.
inside, but
Because I feel like
would
they're gonna,
hope so.
yeah. Because I feel like they're gonna go inside the building. Like, I bet boys, you know what to do.
Yeah. And like one of the things when I was listening to the live, one of the guys was saying, you know, the guy that he was talking about actually went down to get milk or whatever. And then the police officers were asking, what's your name? What's your address? And he's like, I literally felt like a criminal. He's like, the only time that they're meant to ask this is if you've done a crime.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's like, I didn't do anything. I just wanted to go get milk for my family. And now they're treating me like a criminal.
Imagine you got like babies or you got.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
something,
Yeah, like
or old people.
you know,
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
This
you
is
know,
Melbourne.
they need things. You know what I'm saying? They need milk
Yeah.
before they sleep when they wake up. Like, what do you do in that situation?
It's just crazy.
Praying for the best, man. That we
Honestly.
move through this speedily.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't get out of hand. Not the virus, just the situation.
That's the
Situation.
situation. Yeah.
See
I
how-
believe they will
Hopefully the
never.
virus doesn't get out of
Virus
hand.
either too, hey.
I believe they will never do this kind of thing in
Absolutely
in an area where
So
there's
what-
people
what-
that go-
I dare you to do
They
it
will
to
never
Turak.
do it to Turak.
Bro, so we're having this conversation.
Turak,
No,
never.
Wait. No. Okay, so we're actually having a
The
conversation.
cops pull up, they're like, go home.
Bro, what is that?
Okay,
Bro,
yeah, I know.
The rich guy. Yeah,
We had a conversation earlier with Jeremy, and he was talking to a professor who deals with public health and epidemiology and all that kind of stuff, right? And the two population groups that are actually showing these rises in cases are the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
Those are the population groups that are rising because the rich don't care, and he said the poor don't understand.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
That's
where
crazy.
those are the
Now-
two.
now,
groups.
which
So
one's
where's- which one is worse? Hey, who should you be trying to help and who should you be policing at this point?
Police the rich.
Madness.
Put
You're
them
not gonna
inside,
push
lock
the
them up.
rich.
But like,
They already have big houses. I'm sure they have
not
things to
that bad,
entertain them.
honestly.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't
Bro,
have
if you
to-
go,
Boy,
bro, if you
boy,
go,
Ellen,
if you
Ellen,
go,
Ellen,
no,
bro, in the
We're
early
out of
stages
food in
of
this fridge.
Yeah, literally go to the next one.
you can't go to Turak and try to pull lockdown. Stay in your homes. They'll be like, perfect.
I was planning on
Do you,
that.
do you guys remember Ellen earlier, man? Feels like I'm in prison.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What?
Once you
5
said
swimming pools?
that.
I don't know. Come on, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bruv.
You see, I don't get that, bro. You know what I mean?
Speaking of rich people, they do some funny things.
Oh my god.
But yeah, for real, if you just listen to that, you know, and try and, you know, do some research and see what you guys can do to help as well. You know, they're looking for volunteers to try and deliver food. Obviously, you're not going to get too close to the building, but like, just
You
deliver
go
the
to
food.
Deliver the food. The cops like, go away. Okay.
I mean, that's what they're doing right now. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Segue?
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice.
Sorry.
How deep are we? Oh, we're not asking. We're not asking. We're
Don't
not asking.
do
You're
that
ruining
anymore,
it.
bro. You're
What
ruining
do
it.
you mean?
Yeah, man. Everyone's been caught up in this August Alsina, Jada, Pinkett Smith, Will Smith.
Give us a quick history rundown.
I don't know, man.
It started what last year?
That's a Mawa kind of angle. This one.
Jada
hey.
Pinkett.
Hey, wait, hold on.
You know this.
What did the what's the shadow? What's the shade room? What did the shade room say about this?
Wait.
It was actually the breakfast
Somebody
club.
said
Go.
it's only July, but Jada's already been through all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Somebody said, no, I was gonna say no. Leave it. I'll leave it.
So last year, what happened? There was history between them too.
That's all
It's
you,
not last
fam.
year. It's a couple years ago.
Was a couple-
I don't even know, man.
Okay,
August
let's go.
Alsina has a very interesting story. I really enjoyed the documentary. The whole
Need to watch
Yeah.
that.
you didn't.
I need to.
Oh, yeah. You should. It's good. They chopped it up nice. It's like it's shot over years as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And so it's like you see his whole thing of like his sister dying. Obviously, his brother died years ago. He's got 3 daughters now, which are all his brother's children, I think. And then like the whole going blind thing and not being able to walk, and like the guy's just been through so
Yeah,
much
he's been
at
through a
only
lot.
27, and he's been through Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
Jeez, why you gotta say that?
Bro, that is the weirdest thing in the world. So
I don't get it, man. Oh.
did you hear the bro? Okay, so he had an interview with Angela Yee.
Yep.
He goes, he goes, I can die a happy man, a fulfilled man, because I've loved somebody. What? Bro, what is Jada doing to these guys?
Oh man, I preference.
Think about it. What has she done to Will that Will goes,
Angela
It's
Yee,
okay.
cuz,
Go for
cuz.
it.
Angela's like, wait, who did you love? Who did you love?
Okay, so I mean, it's okay. So a few years back, it was rumored that August and Jada did have
Jada being Will
Ain't no
Smith.
rumor.
Yeah,
Will
Jada
Smith's,
Will
wife.
Smith's wife of like 20 years
Life
plus.
partner.
Right, of 20 years plus, that her and August, you know, had like a little something going on.
There
No
has
one
always
knew,
sorry
it was
been
like,
the thing that like Will and Jada have an open marriage.
Yeah, that's and that's the thing as well. So that also came to light, you
You
know, a
guys
few
think
years
Will's
back.
running through people?
Nah,
Bro, who
I
was
don't
I
see
talking
it,
to?
bro.
Was I talking to you
We
yesterday
were
about it?
talking about it the other day.
Bro, but I was saying, I feel like
he doesn't care.
no.
He looks like a guy that's like sex is not a
I
motivation.
can't. We can't even ever really speak on what
Thank
is
you.
someone else's motives in an instance. But I was like, I feel like. I mean, I don't know Will Smith here. I don't know. We know his
Yeah,
story
we know
to
you
some
don't know.
degree. Nah, I thought he was my uncle when I was young, anyways. But I know, man. But bro, it's weird. It was so weird, man. Bro,
Dad, we don't go to Will Smith's house.
that's it. Nah, from watching Fresh Prince, man. But hey,
You said younger, yeah? Daniel was 16. When are we going to Uncle Will's house?
His dad's like,
Will.
who's that?
But no, like, you know, obviously Will Smith has had the, you know, he didn't have a relationship with his pops and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I know he's a very big family man and he just wants to make family work, you know what I mean, at all costs. And I'm like, from what I would think, I'm like,
all costs?
yeah. Like, I honestly think it's like,
He would do anything to keep it together.
keep it together. Yeah, and it's like, and it's sad. But I don't know. We don't know. We actually
It would
do
look
not know.
nice if they actually, you know, like the kids, I don't know, maybe they're a bit weird, whatever. But they're doing things that they love, right? They're creative, whatever. It's madness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, Will, you're successful. His wife's successful, I think. I don't know. But I think he wants to
Jada
maintain.
Pinkett is very successful.
Yeah, she's done some good movies.
She was bigger than Will, like before. She was big before Will was big.
Oh, yeah.
She was in
In the
stuff with
90s.
Park and stuff like that.
Didn't she
Set it up
date
was nice.
Tupac?
Bro,
Yeah.
she's still in love with him. I have a theory that she's the worst wife
You
in
and
the
your
world.
theories.
I shouldn't say that.
You guys said the worst
Nice
wife.
thing to say. Bro, okay, like imagine this, yeah. To this day, your wife is saying, I'm so in love with a guy that I dated in 1990. It's 2020.
Yeah, but
She's
like,
still talking about, I have the letters, I have this, I have whatever, right? And then like everyone's like, so you smashed a guy half your age? And she's like, maybe. Take it to the red table.
I guess she's in love. She's still in love with
That's
the.
your wife, bro. That's
yeah,
hurtful.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know,
like,
bro.
I guess she's just in love with the memory because
yeah, I don't blame
You
her,
know,
to
the
be
memories
honest,
that
with,
they had
with the
together,
Tupac.
you know?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame. I don't.
We ain't finna make new memories or what?
No,
Like,
you can
that's
make
the
new
thing.
memories. That's what, bro. But she got married
No.
to Will, which means she's obviously in love
No,
with
but
Will.
it's not even that.
Right?
It's like, well, yeah, of
is
course.
that right?
I have to make sure. I think so.
No, it's not even that. It's like, yeah, of course, you have those great memories, fond
Right.
memories, especially that Tupac, like, maybe it could have been a thing, but obviously he was murdered, right? But it's like, that's a memory for you to keep once you've chosen to marry someone else.
Yeah.
Not like you go on a radio and they're like, so how's your love life? She's like, well, I was in love with Tupac. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's
just
a weird situation. But anyway, so
strange.
yes,
Right.
Angela Yee and August had an interview.
I love Angela.
And yeah, she was really good on it. And he, you know, just expressed, he basically said with Will's what's the word? Permission. With Will Smith's permission, he and Will Smith's wife
a
Jada
relationship.
had a relationship. So it was intimate, and y'all know what
mad,
intimate means. Let your imagination run wild.
Intimate into here.
Yes.
That's madness,
Oh wow.
bro.
So yeah, they were very intimate, right? And I mean, ever since Will and Jada both denied anything, they denied that
That's
that
weird
didn't
to me.
happen.
Why'd she do that?
To be honest, I don't know, but he seemed very adamant. He was very like, yes, we did, and Will gave us permission to do that. And I mean, you can kind of believe it, because a few years back she also had another, I think it was on her Red Talk table actually, and she said,
Table.
Just
is that
whatever it is.
Yeah,
I
so
don't care.
Red
she
Table,
said that her and Will, she's the type of wife that Will can be on the other side of the house doing something with someone else, and she can be on one side doing something with someone else, but she'll never let him go. So that's her thing. She's like, we can do our separate things, but I'm that wife. I'm never gonna let you go. Like, we have this thing for life. Like, we're
I don't
together
like
for
our
life. type of
manipulative?
thing.
This is a
I
bit
don't
different.
know.
I really don't like how much we
Care.
No.
No.
I mean, no. There's that element or whatever, but there's the side of like, we really in the attempt to let people do them and whatever, like, because we honestly just can't judge people for whatever they decide to do with their life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's like,
We cool it.
I don't like how watered down and like marriage becomes, man. Like people,
It's not special. That. But why are you married?
like what was the essence in the beginning? Like, what was your idea or your understanding of what marriage is? Can we say that everyone has to have the same understanding of what a marriage is? Like, does marriage have a blanket definition? But it's like, I just for the coming generation, man, it's like it's sticky, bro.
murky.
It's
It's
so
murky.
like we can't even like act anymore. Like, it's actually really sticky. Relationships are trash in our generation.
It
They're
is.
horrible.
Yeah.
They're
Examples that are set
disgusting,
are
bro.
not good.
It's like
Yeah.
literally relationships are not
Bro, it's like
benefiting.
Britney Spears. At some point, she got married, divorced like 70 minutes later.
Yeah.
Bro,
that's
we're playing.
crazy.
We're
What are
playing.
we doing?
No, we're actually playing silly games at this point in the world, man. It's sad because it stems into people's lives beyond just their relationship. But it's deeper than that at this point, man. Mental health issues are heavily prevalent, man.
Yeah.
Domestic violence, all this kind of stuff. It's like, it's wild how we just, in the attempt to let people do whatever and have your own definition of whatever marriage and a union and a commitment is, that everyone's just doing whatever at this point. And we have instances where it's like, you're my husband, till death do us part. You're my wife till death do us part. For better, for worse, whatever you want to say. And it's like, but you can. I don't care. You can do in the essence of, you can live your life however you want. You can be with someone on the outside of the room, and I'll be fine with that.
Where's the
What does that
oneness?
mean? Where is
No,
the
no,
oneness, man?
I
don't-
agree
I think it's madness
100%.
to me, man.
But I think, like, I don't know why this happens, but it's like when you work your way up in terms of like wealth and how much money you get, the definition of marriage
Yeah,
for
we
those
were talking
people
about this, yeah.
begins to change. So why is it that?
True.
Do you know anyone like person like do you actually know anyone that
Would live like
that
this?
that got
Yeah.
married for 72 days? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
My uncle.
Well.
I don't think he made 72, bro.
But what I'm saying is,
He married to Britney Spears.
I think I know the story so well.
what I'm saying is, yes, maybe these cases do happen to some people that we know, but it's not as common compared to celebrities or those.
I did have this question that I kind of asked you yesterday. I'm like, I wonder what changes so much in fame and celebrity that relationships just are so tough.
You know
people
what
are
it is?
in and out of relationships.
and
people
bro,
divorce like it's
guys,
nothing. And
Kanye would never.
would never what.
Would never. Kanye
my
would
guy
never.
don't let no one stare at.
Fair enough.
No, see, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
If you're gonna be a celebrity or full of wealth, bruv, be like Kanye. Nah, legit, like, bruv, like, I don't want to bring no names or whatever, but there is people who are mad wealthy.
Do we respect cheating more than we respect this setup?
No, because it's either do it
Well.
properly or do it trash. You know what I mean? In terms of
Like,
don't try to say it's the union.
Exactly.
Respect your marriage or disrespect your marriage.
Okay, okay.
This guy.
Yeah.
Don't try to say you're respecting your marriage and be disrespecting it.
Daniel's hated.
I don't know what our world is doing to marriage. I love marriage, bro. I love weddings.
I agree.
I hate what we're
Bro,
doing.
like, take Jay-Z's situation, right? Where he, Becky with the good hair, whatever. And
Yeah.
somehow I still respect his marriage more than I respect Will and Jada's.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Explain.
Because
Fair
I'm
enough.
like,
Why?
you know, it's
Everything's bad. You know what I mean?
yeah, like cheating's not good.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it's a mistake in
Yeah.
that it's a dumb decision. It's a decision, obviously, but it's like, you know what? That's not right. What I did. Let's work this out.
Let's
all that,
get rid of that
like-
bad thing.
Exactly. Like the idea of I have aligned myself with you, which means I did not get to align myself into someone else. All right. That's my thinking.
Yep.
All right. And so
When I did that, I was wrong.
now I want
Okay.
to get rid of that's like, honestly, that's what repentance is like biblically, right? Where it's like I turn away
you
from
hit him with that
something,
180.
Yep. Yep.
right? Now, Will and Jada is or anyone in that kind of lifestyle, that swinger kind of lifestyle, it's not that. It's like we are married. We love cheating on each other, but we don't want to call it cheating. So let's call it open.
Yep. Open marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, I'm allowed to have this opinion, bro, because I just don't.
Me too.
I don't
Fair
get
enough.
it.
Fair enough.
I don't get it, man. Like,
But that's what I mean.
it's a perversion of
so
marriage.
sticky, man.
I think because
But then
we
it-
obviously have different definitions.
Yeah, that's the
to,
thing.
It
to
is.
them.
No, you know what it is? It's that marriage doesn't have a construct outside of faith. Like,
Yeah.
as in, society
nice,
doesn't have marriage if it wasn't for faith.
Yeah.
Like, it literally means nothing outside of faith. I mean, obviously, there's sentimental value and all that kind of stuff, but the whole system of it actually has no place if it
Becoming
wasn't
one,
for
connecting, and all that.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really exist
So-
outside of faith.
So now what you're going remix, right? But it doesn't actually
Yep.
make sense because I don't know, man.
And this is why I think like when you get money and you're wealthy, it changes. Yeah, if you're like the lower class, yeah, let's say they get divorced, the person's not going for like half of your money. Even middle class, you know, it's like I'm making okay money, I'm making 80K, you're making 80K. The divorce is bad, but I'm still not coming for like half of your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, Dre's getting divorced.
yeah, 500 million. She's going after the money.
Who's
She's
getting
going-
a divorce?
Dr. Dre.
After
It was-
20
it was
something years.
his wife.
Honestly, I'm not mad.
It was his wife that.
Like as in, if she takes half of 800 million.
Nah, bro, I'm with it, bro.
No, I'm actually not against.
Can't
To
say
be
with
honest,
it. Can't
he
say-
would have made it regardless, bro.
No, absolutely. But
say
she's been
with
with him for
He
24
said,
years.
"Give me my money, bro."
And plus,
Give him his money, man.
you're acting like he's not Drake. Like, as in, this literally the Jeff Bezos situation. Last year,
Yeah.
got divorced, gave her 36 billion.
And now he's
And
And now
became the
he's,
richest one.
bro, he's
Filthy
just like
rich.
that. He's 170 something billion.
yeah. That's
So it's
crazy.
like, you know what I mean? Like, as in, okay, have your 400 million if you're Dre's wife. You're 24 years, bro. That's really a partner. Like,
Yeah.
like she really built something with him. Like, whatever
Definitely.
you say, it's like, I don't know if she worked. or
Okay,
if she
okay,
did
but
anything,
why
it's like-
can't she say, you know what, we didn't work out, you know, good stuff. We became friends.
No way.
No, you got to put it
After
realistically.
24 years, are you insane?
Absolutely.
Get
Absolutely.
outta here,
she,
mate.
Bro, she built your home. You got 2 children, at least 2 children with her. I think one of their kids died. At
So
some
what?
point.
So she can live with half of your money?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And the other thing is, you're acting like he's gonna be broke after this.
Yeah.
No, I'm just mad for Dr. Dre, bro. Like the guy was like a billionaire, bro.
Yes.
And then now she comes and says, "Hey, man, wait, who filed for divorce? It wasn't her?
I think she filed.
Yeah, she filed for divorce.
Actually, yeah, that is interesting.
Think about it. If
Don't tell you to leave.
yeah, if Dr. Dre comes and hey, look, Wagwan, we gotta get divorced, and it's like, okay, I'm coming for having your money. All right, makes sense. But if she's coming and say, hey, yo, I'm gonna divorce you, and I'm going
would
for
like
half,
Please leave my house and leave that behind.
then leave that.
Oh, man.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think when you get to that level, yeah, now that if you get divorced, you know you can go for half of that person's money. Bro, with Jeff's situation, I feel like she's like, yeah, I love this guy, but at the same time, I could be the richest woman in the world.
The thing is though, like she
Nah,
did
I
all
know
the
that's not the case.
accounting
I
and,
know,
like,
I know that's not the case.
there's
but
a
you
certain
know,
point where you're like, okay, this wasn't a game to you. You know what I mean? Like 24 years, bro. Like you really thought this was for life,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
clearly it's an
definitely.
unfortunate situation or something.
Whatever happens.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Maybe
yeah,
Dre wanted an open marriage.
Ah, man, it's sticky. Nah, man, it's
for me,
hot, man.
What
It
if
doesn't
that
make
was
sense.
the
Open
only
marriage.
way to save your marriage, to have
What?
an open marriage?
Bro.
Maybe that was their case
but that's
after
not
so many
saving
years.
your
It is,
marriage.
it is, yeah,
That's
it's
not
just
saving.
it's turning a blind eye to your
well,
issues.
You're sweeping everything under the rug. Like clearly we have something to work
It's
on.
rebranding your problems.
Oh my God.
bro, like,
You are a marketing genius.
This guy.
how are you mine when other guys can access that too?
What did Jeremy say?
Yeet.
Nah,
Smells
real
like
talk,
someone
man.
else has been here. That's an uncomfortable situation to be.
Bro, imagine your partner walks like enters the crib.
No. She goes, I'm tired. From what? August?
Oh my.
Imagine that. Your
Yeah.
partner enters the house and she was with this person, and then you're over here like,
You were
hey
with someone
babe,
else
how was
as
your
well.
day? And then you're like, oh yeah, I just came from this person's crib.
Bro, it's at this
Whoa.
point, you know what it is? Because
Whoa.
like we were saying, we can't ever hold someone to the standard with which
Yeah.
we live our life. We can say what we believe is right or wrong, but if someone doesn't believe in your standard, they're not going to believe in it.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's to each his own, but it's sad from my lens because
Absolutely.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
I just don't think.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think that's good.
Because you end up, hold on, if you literally just, you and your gal, loved each other, following the whole respect and love and honor, no violence, none of this. You generally are after your, looking after your partner. You won't end up in a sticky situation where the world is talking about your marriage like this, bro. You know what I mean? There's a certain purity that exists.
That's true, because for
There's
years
there's
people
a
have
certain
talked
purity,
about
bro.
their
Yeah.
divorce possibly and open marriage.
But then
and-
again, I can't.
It's
try to-
Hollywood,
I
so
can't
it's
deny the
difficult.
fact that
Yeah.
there are celebrities and people
It's
just
a
going to
different
talk sometimes
situation.
all the
Absolutely.
time. Anyway.
People always talk, no matter what you do.
we
you know
don't
what I'm saying?
understand the difficulty of it.
Hey man, but
It's a situation.
Things are hard for them.
I just want to see what she's
And
gonna
for
say.
August.
jeez.
I mean, he's the one who came out and said it. I don't know if
To be fair, I don't know why he said it.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
why
as
either.
in, if it was an agreement that you had and stuff,
Why try to?
surely Will would have made him sign an NDA.
NDA.
NDA or something. Yeah.
But after they all said like, "Oh, it's not true," he was like, "Everyone got a courtesy call before I went on things, so like everyone knew that he was going to say this stuff."
Wow. Well, I mean, she's about to do a talk
With
on
herself.
It.
Oi, with her-
herself.
With herself.
Right? No,
You see the meme? I'm bringing myself
do you
to the
see
table.
the weirdness of this whole thing as well? Like, as in, you're gonna have this chat with who? With your mom and your daughter
Yeah.
in front of the whole
That's what
world.
I said. That's
no,
weird.
weird.
So-
That's weird.
So the daughter's looking up.
Hey,
It's like,
read the
Mom.
message. Read the message that Jeremy
Yeah.
sent.
Oh, did he say? Oh,
Mom, did you cheat? No, we
vibrated.
vibrated.
Oh,
Because that's literally what like those conversations are like as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
yeah.
Well, I
the-
mean,
If it's not straight to the point, there's no point in having it. Hey.
the dude is
yeah,
when they
yeah,
talk.
they're going. I mean, to be fair though, Will and Jada
Sugarcoating.
seem to be the type that, with their children, it's kind of like, you do you, be free, explore the world, explore yourself type of thing. So maybe this is a conversation that they're able to have openly. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what she says.
Boy.
Because she's the one who's in the middle, literally, of this
bro.
whole sitch.
Today, like at church, we're doing a relationship series, whatever.
Yep.
And our pastors were saying like we decided we would never use the D word, like divorce
Yep.
and stuff. And I look at my parents, I'm like, have you guys ever talked about getting a divorce? Bro, they both looked at me. Shh. I felt uncomfortable with that.
I like-
Like,
yeah,
now
yeah.
imagine having a
Yeah,
whole nother
yeah,
conversation.
imagine fool.
So
That's just weird.
No, for the son, Jaden. So you remember my friend August that I introduced you to?
Yeah, because
Did you?
They would have been
He's the one
around
that
each
introduced,
other.
didn't it?
Yeah. That's crazy.
So I just saw a photo about Putin being in office until 2036. I didn't see this. That's mad. I just saw that. I was like, what the hell?
You think that's
bro,
real?
Russia
Nope.
loves him,
That's
bro.
real?
Russia.
Russia actually,
I forget all that.
This guy, bro.
Putin is like the king, bro, for them, bro. Like,
August was put in something.
Oh, my days.
Man, yeah, this guy loves it. This guy loves it.
that's it for us.
That's us. Yeah.
That's us.
Oh,
And thank you
man.
for joining us for another episode of the Disruption Podcast. We hope you
Shout
are
out to the
blessed.
3 C's.
Shush, bro. What are you talking about?
3 C's relationship.
I don't know. Anyway,
Commitment,
boy, if you don't-
communication,
Bro, shut up, bro.
and conclusion. Yes.
Thanks,
Yep.
intern. Yeah, man. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed that episode.
Thank you to Ahmed
Share
as
it with
well
a friend. Yeah, thank you for
joining
that.
us, Ahmed. That was great.
Yeah, share it with a friend if you feel like they'll enjoy it. Man, be
I think
blessed.
be
Stay
safe, be blessed, man. No matter where you sit in terms of believing what's going on or not, like honestly, just be safe regardless.
And if
man.
you have an open marriage, close it. Peace.
Talk to them today, right now.
Come on, man.
All right, cancel the whole episode.
Yeah. Why did you speak into it? All right, ladies.
Peace and love, guys. Peace and love.